Oh, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. While we're sitting back here today, we've got the engine running. We're running through our fuel consumption testing right now. We're about 7.5 hours in, burning through 15 gallons. I think we've gone
Done about 11 gallons so far.
Yeah. So we're varying the load from like a higher load, and then every 30 minutes we'll take it down to a lower load, half of our high load for 15 minutes. This is a baseline to see what the engine straight out of the car is doing fuel consumption wise. That way we have something to compare to when we do our tank of fuel with 44K in it, and then when we do our final tank that's untreated after all the services. So we've got all of our data logging going on right now, monitoring short-term, long-term fuel trims, O2 data, things like that. Over here we've got the actual fuel consumption that the Plutron is seeing down to the milliliter, and then every cycle we're doing high load and low load, checking blow by just to have something to compare to after we do all the services. So yeah, just letting her run. So we finished up our fuel consumption yesterday. Right now we're just getting some like completely unopened, untouched inside pictures of like our piston tops, the injector tips, combustion chamber, things like that. We'll go in on the intake side as well and get the intake runners and the back sides of the valves. Just get some pre-service pictures of everything before we go in and take it apart. We're using a Olympus Borescope. We can go in, makes it easy to get into tight places, and we can get in and move around. So just finished up with pictures. Just got the intake side all done, got all the valves, runners. Gonna put it back together and then warm it back up, and we're gonna get some emissions on it. Just get a baseline before any of the services are performed to see if we actually improve on emissions. So get it back together, get it running, and get some emissions taken.
Well, we're getting ready to do a little bit of the pre-service emissions testing. We have two different units, an Interac and a Snap-on little handheld meter. They read the same thing, we just like to have two for a little extra redundancy. We're really looking for, on both of them, the NOx and hydrocarbons, kind of the main thing. Yeah, start a little testing. Usually let it set in the tailpipe for 20-30 seconds just to let everything kind of stabilize out once it gets to a good steady reading. Go ahead and just print it out. switch to the other one. Usually takes a little bit for everything to get pulled through the hose. That one's taking a little longer to stabilize. So for this we do 2 different RPMs. We'll do idle and then we'll do 2000 to simulate driving on the road. Well, we just wrapped up our pre-service testing. We did the fuel consumption, burned through 15 gallons, took Borescope pictures, did the emissions testing. Next step, we're gonna pull the engine off the dyno, actually tear it apart. We'll pull the heads off, pull the pistons out, whole thing's coming apart. Measure carbon thickness on the pistons, weigh the valves for all the carbon and gunk that's stuck on them. Then we'll get ready for assembly after that.